Alright. Alright. Alright, here we go. Oh boy. Okay. How do I say this? So it is a very sad day. Very sad. Uh Keep in mind this is kind of all off rip. There is um there is not really a script going on. This is kind of just going off of purely my brain and nothing else, which I'm gonna be honest is kind of terrifying, but kind of want to rip the band-aid off anyway. So on September 10th, there was a assassination, and it had to do with a individual by the name Charlie Kirk. He was I wouldn't say, he probably was a far right, or not exact far right. I would say he was more, well, no, he was probably far right. But the importance of it is, he did not deserve to go the way he did. Because one should not have to die for someone's political view, no matter who you are. Again, I have nothing really big to say on this, but the fact that a man died who was willing to have people come up, challenge his views, and to give them a voice, to give them essentially a platform during his debate sessions, and was willing to have those tough arguments. Keep in mind, we have freedom of speech for a reason. The reason we have freedom of speech is so that people can say what they want, but at the same time be safe in doing it. That's the whole premises of it, essentially. We also have freedom of religion. But apparently, it seems to me that just having a different view than someone else is considered wrong. How? How can you be willing to kill someone who is different political views than you, that you have to go out and your answer is to go and kill them? Like, this is beyond sad. It's not American by any means. It's not based off what our founding fathers based everything on, because even they were willing to sit down, have civil discussions, and interesting enough, you would have audiences that would be standing right there with you, just similar to what, Charlie Kirk did. He had people who were both agreeing and disagreeing with him on the podiums, watching, listening, and they would make a universal judgment. And no, it would not involve violence. This is very devastating to hear, over the sole fact that all of this has happened, especially a day before the anniversary of 9/11, where thousands of people lost their lives, and everything that they had to deal with. It sucks. It sucks because apparently sitting down having a civil conversation is not working anymore. Or if it is working, you're kind of just showing more of like the heinous act, and then you go and celebrate it. You're celebrating the death of a man who is willing to have you sit down, actually listen to your own point of view, allow you to speak, and then come back with his own opinions. You had to kill someone who is willing to sit down with you. and talk. But no, you had to go and kill someone that you disagree with. At one point, does opinions differ to where you have to actively go and shoot them? Now, I disagreed with some of the things that Charlie Kirk said. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to go off and I'm going to go shoot them and that so you need to do this in order to free everything. No. No. Since when did we use violence? Well, technically there have been plenty of violent acts that have been out within this year alone. Because trust me, there was a lot. There was the Minneapolis shooting. There was the stabbing of a Ukrainian refugee down here in, down where I am. And what's interesting is that so many people are willing to just sit there and blindly lie about certain things. Like, for example, the Ukrainian woman. People were like, oh, you know, it wasn't a race thing. Yet you look at the video and it shows otherwise. It shows the dude literally saying, I killed that white girl. I killed that white girl. Like, come on, you can't sit there and tell me, oh, it's a race issue. You're going to tell me the media sits there and say, oh, it's not a race issue? Because it definitely seems like it from what the video showed. And now here we have someone with a different opinion about guns and all this other stuff, which, interesting enough, I just built my very first gun for the first time. It was actually pretty cool. It was a good learning experience, and I'm taking classes for it. But you had to go and shoot this man who was a man of God, a father of two, and a husband who was willing to go step in the college campuses, who were willing to go and have these tough conversations. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're centrist. You shouldn't have to kill for your belief. One of the greatest people on earth was killed for speaking the truth. I'm not talking about Charlie Kirk. You know who I'm talking about. All he did was say truth. He was passive. He wasn't aggressive. And they killed him. And just like Charlie Kirk's situation, though he's a human, they ended up having to kill him as well. If you have to kill in order to get your opinion across, then your opinion is invalid. Because then you're just showing that you're not tolerant. You're not tolerant. You're not willing to sit down and have a civil discussion. No, you want to win and you want to take over, and then you want to be the big boss. You want to be the one in power. You want to be the one that holds the gun to that person's head, and then you're the one who wants to go and shoot them. It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. That the fact that words, simple words, not a gun, words, not a sword, words, is what gets you all upset. That goes to show that you're not tolerant at all. And you know who you are. You do. You know exactly who you are. And I hate to see where this goes. Because I guarantee you now the right's going to have reasons to do what they do. I hate it. I really do. Me personally, I'm not on left or right. To me, my side is Jesus. That's it. He's the only one I would listen to. He's the only side that I'm going to choose. To those who are scared of speaking the truth, or those who are scared of giving their opinions, I encourage you, please, go out, talk, show your opinions, show that you care, but do it in a respectful, humble manner. That way, these guys don't have any more ammunition to throw at you. Because this is not worth it. It really isn't. It sucks that literally we've gotten to a point in today's society where no one can have a civil discussion, and that all it has to do is, end up getting shot for your opinion to matter. And then you have the audacity to celebrate it. I guarantee you wouldn't be celebrating it if it was on the other side. I know I wouldn't be celebrating. I know other people wouldn't be celebrating. Why? Because we're humans. We have common sense. We have emotions. We have feelings. And we do have empathy, believe it or not. This is sickening. I'm gonna be honest. It really is sickening. How this will go on forward, I don't know. All I will say is it's going to be a massive civil war, possibly. Possibly. I'm not saying it's going to be a civil war, but it definitely seems like it. And that's the last thing that we need right now. If you want to have conversations, do it with a calm mind. And what I mean by that is also don't put your bias to the table. If you're going to have a conversation, lower your bias best as you can. And for those who believe that, oh, well, there is no such thing as bias, you're wrong. Everyone has a form of bias. It's just whether you lower that bias standing to then try and think through critical thinking. And not let your feelings get hurt over someone's small intentional words that mean nothing. Like, come on. This is so not right by any means. And all I have to say is this. For those who celebrated the death of an individual who was using his freedom of speech, didn't raise up arms, willing to allow you to sit down and have a conversation, even if you disagreed with him, listened to what you had to say as well, and you just off and shoot him, and you celebrate it, I ask you to kindly repent, turn from your wicked way, and seek Jesus. That's all I gotta say. Sucks that I have to say it like this, and honestly, it really sucks to see this news in general. It's disheartening. Because it just goes to show. You could have a different opinion on the smallest things, or you can have a different opinion on the littlest things, and you can get shot for it. You can die because someone disagrees with you. Our founding fathers would be laughing over their graves at this point. Or, sorry, not laughing over their graves. They'd probably be rolling in their graves. Because I'm a guarantee you, they've done way more than what people have done today. They were willing to sit down, have conversations. They were willing to put their differences aside and have civil discussions. And there would be crowds, Our founding fathers would be ashamed. That's probably going to be it. Expect a video to come out very soon. It's not really going to be about the Charlie Kirk situation, because this is the video for that, essentially. I don't know if people will see it, but if you do, God bless you all. And remember, you can have an opinion without getting shot. And if you are shooting someone for their opinion, look at yourself in the mirror and try to correct yourself. because what you're doing is not right. And if you think that's okay, you need a reality check. That's probably going to be it. I love y'all. God bless. Take care.